and review at no cost to the county.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase between the County of York on behalf of the Public Works and Whitmoyer Auto Group, Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, for one 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe for use by the York County Park Rangers for a total cost of $49,800 under a PA CoStarz contract.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the submission of a grant modification on behalf of the District Attorney to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, Harrisburg, PA, in the amount of $2 million for the reallocation of two positions for their existing past due agency to another recipient for past due agency for the period of February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the York County Emergency Management Agency and Vistacom, Allentown, Pennsylvania, to furnish new visualization system in the Emergency Operations Center, the Situation Room, and the Radio Amateur Services Room for a total cost of $312,701.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the Emergency Management and Air Power International, Inc., Pennsauken, New Jersey, to provide quarterly service for Hazmat Mako SCBA air system to fill safe contained breathing apparatus for $1,985 per year, a total cost of $9,925 for the period of February 1st, 2023 to January 31st, 2028.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the York County Prison and the Pennsylvania District Attorney's Institute, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, to provide a Pennsylvania statewide automated victim information and notification system.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the prison and Accelerated Leadership Partners, LLC, Ashburn, Virginia, to provide a multi-session leadership academy for first-line supervisors for the total cost of $43,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the prison and Viapath Falls Church, Virginia, to create two custom global offender management system reports for a total cost of $1,275.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Make a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding between the County of York on behalf of the York County Prison and Spring-Sperry Police Department, York, PA, to provide support in emergency situations as outlined in the Incident Command Action Report.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the release of funds in the amount of $25,000 to the Farm and Natural Lands Trust of York County for the acquisition of a bargain sale conservation easement of 48.73 plus or minus acres in Shrewsbury Township, owned by Rebecca Lynn and Elizabeth Ann Zortman.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. And welcome, Sean.
Morning.
Morning.
This property is entirely wooded tract. There's no structures on it. It acts as a nice buffer from the surrounding agricultural operations as the east branch of the Codorus Creek flows through the property. The east branch of the Codorus is one of our highest quality streams, so protecting that and the wildlife resources within is very important. It's a short distance away, maybe 100 or 200 yards from Spring Valley Park, so it acts as a nice connector to that large wildlife area. It's also close to the 97-acre Reigert farm that we did on Ray Myers Hollow Road, which is right around the corner. In addition, this property is within the East Branch Codorus focus area of the natural areas inventory of the York County Planning Commission. How about that, Felicia? I got it all right. So we're pleased to present this. And I'll also add, it's entirely wooded, but it has a forest stewardship and a forest management plan. So they look at it as a timber agricultural operation. So it's a different property, but we're glad to present it today. And thank you for your support.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to authorize the donation in the amount of $2,658 to South Central PA Search and Rescue for the purchase of lighting and battery accessories for a search and rescue drone. The donation will be made from the Solid Waste Authority Host Fund.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract between the County of York and Tenfold to assist in providing a down payment and closing cost assistance for qualified first-time homebuyers for the York County Home Buyers Assistance Program for a period of 1 year beginning January 1st, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to award the joint fuel bid for the County of York and municipalities by the following vendors for the municipalities, fuel types, and delivery methods for the period of February 1st, 2023 through January 31st, 2024, and there is listed at the back of the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve an agreement between the County of York Board of Commissioners and York County Detectives Association representing the bargaining unit comprised of county detectives, setting wages and other terms and conditions of employment for the period of January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2026.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve an agreement between the County of York Board of Commissioners and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, ASME, representing the bargaining unit comprised of employees from various departments, setting wages and other terms and conditions of employment for the period of January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to revise the previously approved engineering agreement from Herbert, Rowan, and Grubrick for the 2020 bridge bundle to include construction phase services for York County Bridge 237, Lost Hollow Road over North Branch, Bermudian Creek, Franklin Township, and York County Bridge 166, Schoolhouse Road over Davidsburg Run, Dover Township. The revised fee will increase $64,000, changing the agreement amount from $1,204,000 to $1,268,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to enter into a cost-sharing agreement with Cumberland County for engineering services related to the rehabilitation of York County Bridge 257, Sheepford Road over the Yellow Breeches Creek. In accordance with the bridge management agreement, York County assumes the management responsibilities for the project, and Cumberland County will reimburse York County for 50% of the cost of the rehabilitation project. County general funds will be used for the project.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to enter into a cost-sharing agreement with Cumberland County for engineering and construction services related to the removal of the bridge and installation of a turnarounds to York County Bridge number 249, Bishop Road over the Yellow Breeches Creek. In accordance with the bridge management agreement, Cumberland County assumes the management responsibility for the project, and York County will reimburse Cumberland County for 50% of the cost of the project. Local use fees will be used for the project.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve a contract between the County of York on behalf of the Department of Emergency Services 911 and Priority Dispatch of Salt Lake City, Utah to provide professional quality assurance reviews and guidance in development of an internal Quality Assurance Program at a cost of $54,000.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve an amendment to the existing public safety license agreement with Tyler Technologies of Salt Lake City, Utah, on behalf of the Department of Emergency Services 911, locking in the current maintenance and support fees for 2023 and 2024 at a cost of $481,321.02 for each year.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to ratify a permit between the County of York on behalf of Horn Farm Center for Agricultural Education and Helen Township for temporary outdoor vinyl banner to help promote fundraising efforts to help rebuild the farmhouse.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve an agreement between the County of York and CSAU to resolve any outstanding contractual obligations between the parties.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the tax refund register 2023-01 authorizing payment of York County real estate tax refunds totaling $10,202.11.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the weekly disbursements for the week of January 11th, 2023 totaling $8,293,092.33.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the weekly disbursements for the week of January 18th, 2023 totaling $5,579,549.43.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to resolutions.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2023-01 appointing the York County Chief Clerk as designee for the Board of Commissioners for the purposes of executing contracts for the County of York that have been previously reviewed and approved by the York County Board of Commissioners that are under the statutory limit of $22,500.
I'll second the
I
motion.
have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution 2023-02 to name the York County Planning Commission as the eligible applicant for the Whole Home Repairs Program on behalf of York County Board of Commissioners. York County Planning Commission will develop and submit the grant application and be named as the subgrantee for the award of the Whole Home Repair Grant. The YCEA will be involved as a second subgrantee to conduct the workforce development component of the grant.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. For those that don't know, YCEA stands for York County Economic Alliance.
And I would ask, I know Dory's here and I know Felicia and Caitlin, can you maybe talk about this and what money's being brought into the county? I know you brought some notes.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, Dory.
So the funding, the Whole Home Repair Program is federal funds from the COVID-19 Response Restricted account located and allocated to the Department of Community and Economic Development, or DCED, for COVID relief ARPA. DCED is providing the funds to counties based on calculations using a variety of metrics. So York County, they'll use the U.S. Census Bureau, the number of households by household size, years of the structures in York County, as far as when they were built, the number of households with conditions, and HUD's 80% income limits by household size for the County of York. York County allocations will be approximately $3,830,000. Eligible uses of those funds are grant and loan programs to address habitability concerns, improve energy, water to address accessibility needs. These funds for those programs will be made available to as grants to income qualified households, and their income would not exceed 80% of the area median, or through loan programs to small landlords. A small landlord would be those that have no more than 5 properties and no more than a total of 15 units. The funding can also be used for implementing systems and data management tools designed to leverage and maximize enrollment in all the existing programs. So basically used to enhance our existing programs. We have a home improvement program, we have a weatherization program. So these funds can also be used to enhance that, and it can also be used to design tools to manage that so that all the programs can talk together. And also can be used for investment in workforce development programs that will connect trainees to jobs through committed employer partnerships. The applications for the funding are due to DCED by the end of day on January 31st, 2023, and we are asking through resolution permission to submit an application on behalf of the County of York.
So for the folks who own rental properties with less than 15 units, are there any requirements on the type of individuals that they rent to?
Yeah, if we extend funds to landlords that have less than 15 units, basically they have to agree. The funds would go to them as a loan, and they would have a 15-year affordability period on that loan, and they would have to agree to rent to those that are under the 80% of the area median, and they also have to agree for the first 3 years to restrict their rent increases.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Anything else to add, Caitlin?
But just a qualification, we had gotten ARPA funding over the years from the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
This is money coming through the DCED, through the state, additional funding for this program.
Yeah, it's coming from the federal government to DCED, to the state, and the state is allocating it down to counties.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thanks. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. On to appointments and reappointments.
Motion to approve the reappointment of the following individuals to the York County Planning Commission Board for a 4-year term effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2026, and they are as listed below in the agenda.
I'll second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the appointment of Sharon Hagenberger to the South Central Workforce Investment Board for a 3-year term effective February 1st, 2023 through January 31st, 2026.
I'll second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the reappointments of Timothy Malinky and Felicia Dell to the York County Solid Waste Authority for a 5-year term effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2027.
I'll second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the appointment of Alexandra Chiaratini to the York County Solid Waste Authority to fulfill the rest of James Arvin's term for the period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023.
I'll second
I
motion.
have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the reappointment of the following individuals to the York County Industrial Development Authority as listed below in the agenda.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There are no executive sessions. Any other business? Hearing none, I'll open up for any public comment. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Move on to salary board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 4th, 2023 Salary Board meeting and the January 9th, 2023 Organizational Salary Board meeting as submitted. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any public comment? Move on to the next motion.
Make a motion to approve the positions, salaries, hours of work, and fringe benefits as provided by existing collective bargaining agreements or as set forth in York County Employee Handbook or York County Policy Manual for the following departments and row offices as stated below with no additional benefits or concessions unless otherwise noted, and there is listed in the agenda. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, signify
Aye.
opposed. Motion carries. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. Open it up once again for public comment. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So-
Wait,
Hang on a second.
If you could come to the mic, please. Thanks for the catch. If you could just state your name and municipality and leave your comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Schultz, York Township. Are these public comments related to any particular part of the agenda? Must this comment be related to any particular part of this? Or is this
Michelle?
public comment general?
Related to salary
Salary
board, because we've already adjourned the
Okay.
commissioners' meeting.
Oh, I couldn't jump up that quickly. It was said so quickly that it was passed and before I could speak. So this is not general comment,
It is related to salary board.
salary only,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The commissioners'
Not-
meeting has already adjourned.
not financial expenditures.
So Virginia,
Virginia.
we'll make an exception if you'd like to speak for 3 minutes.
I would like to propose that the commissioners make a motion to expend some of these county dollars for the purpose of making some corrections and improvements on our election system. I would encourage some motions to expend some finances for the purpose of using paper ballots instead of electronic machines. In other words, hand counting of paper ballots, votes at the precinct, hand counting of absentee and military ballots, votes, expend some finances to the utilization of voter IDs. We need to definitely spend some money to clear our voter rolls. The tabulation of the votes needs to be done in a more secure way. We need to have a expenditure for chasing the ballots back to the voter that we do not have irregularities. Thank you very much.
Any other public comment? If I could have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we are adjourned and moving on to retirement board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held on January 4th, 2023 as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Open up for any public comment. On to new business.
I make a motion to include the following vested individual on the monthly annuity payment list as listed below. Leslie Noss, Employment and Training.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I make a motion to include the following individuals on the monthly annuity payment list as listed below. Patricia McCandless, Ag Land Preservation, Linda Shalane, Adult Probation, Lisa Weber, Aging.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There were no executive sessions. Open up for any public comment. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we are adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.